Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, this is not a flock camera video, except it is. So flock cameras are all over the news. Everyone is rightfully, fed up with these things and this blatant abuse of power and Fourth Amendment violation that they are. There are people out there that think the whole flock camera thing is a government psyop to drive people over to other mass surveillance companies. It's not a government psyop. It is just flock is the most in your face about it, and all mass surveillance companies need to stop. But the flock is the most well known. Axon is probably the second most well known because they do all the police body cams and stuff for police and ICE, and they signed a contract with it. And yes, Trump bought stock right before they got ICE signed a new contract for body cams for ICE. Okay, but like I said in that video, I did a video on it where I found out that how Axon is doing their Axon light post thing, which is then working with another existing smart technology company to put them on existing light poles, and those people are getting funded by climate change groups. So mass surveillance and climate change is both two sides of the same grip. I don't care if you believe in climate change. You can believe in that all you want, even though it's wrong. It is wrong, okay? But they're all funded by the same people. But my point was being, when in that video, as I said, I'm sure there's many more companies that we don't even know about. Well, guess what? Here's a company you don't know about. I just found out about it today at the time of recording this video. This will go out several days after I record this video. But here's another company, and they've been around for 25 years. But you have never heard about them. I've never heard about them, but their name is Genetech. All right. Protect the everyday. The daily task of securing people and places is constantly changing. We build physical security solutions to help you stay ahead. They do video management, access control, ALPRs, automatic license plate readers, and communications. This is the reason why I'm talking about this on my car channel. Okay? This still keeps it related to cars. We have a massive problem with all of these spyware companies out there that are violating our Fourth Amendment rights. This Genetech here is yet another company that is doing the same thing. World-leading video surveillance and access control solutions ready to meet your needs. Flexible, scalable, cyber secure. Discover what the Genetech difference. SoFi Stadium, the City of Ipswich, Energear, Edinburgh, I guess it's Edinburgh. God, use the correct letters. Yorkdale, Yole, some Canadian airport, Royal Pharmaceutical, Schneider Electric, World of Volvo, Heathrow, Westfield, Port, Barcelona Port, Lincoln Center. This is a Canadian company, founded back in '97 by the CEO douche here, Pierre Rax. This twat. This is a guy who has started doing this, and they originally started with like doing some sort of internet protocol, cybersecurity stuff, to work off closed circuit TV solutions, blah, 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 whatever. They have, as well as everyone else, have expanded into this whole AI mass surveillance hellscape. And I'm just wanting to let you fill you in on who these are right here. I'm just going to talk about their ALPRs, but we can see what they have to offer here. Security centers, video surveillance as a service, access controls. So on-premise platforms, you can get a security center, video surveillance, access controls, communication, automatic license plate recognition, okay? Hardware, turnkey infrastructure, cloud-managed appliances, access control hardware, automatic license plate readers, operation collaborative work management, physical access, digital evidence management, vehicle-centric investigations, okay? All of this stuff here still is just part of the ever-expanding, growing, dystopian world we are living in. This is yet another company who got on the bandwagon of doing automatic license plate reading. Why? Because it is a cash cow of data. The entire reason data centers are being built is to store all of this data that is being illegally harvested on you to build life profiles on you. Okay? Every bit of it is happening to make these companies money. It is nothing about security. It is nothing about safety. Those are the words that they use to abuse your rights. So let's hop over here to their license plate readers, just so we know what they look like. Okay, AutoView. Automatic license plate recognition system will alert you to wanted or unpermitted vehicles even when you're not looking for them. The solution gives you real-time insights into your environment while helping your team work more efficiently. Choose between fixed or mobile license plate readers, install both. You also can unify the AutoView solution with video and other systems to get a complete picture of any situation. So this is the same thing that Flock is doing, the same thing that Axon is doing. They are taking videos and stuff of your cars. It's not just reading a license plate. It's taking pictures of absolutely everything. It's making a fingerprint on that car. Then it is taking pictures of the occupants in those cars, and they're tying that all into a database, relating that all together. And that can then be used if that car drives into a parking lot, the person gets out, these cameras take pictures and scan people's faces, and it does facial recognition, which is then stored into the camera or wherever it is, either on site or off into the cloud or in another country. That data is stored onto that. Say a person then gets out of the car, walks into a store, then the store cameras pick up that person, they scan their face, they watch every bit of habit that they do, and they follow them around everywhere until they go back out to the car until they go home. And then this will be tied into any other system out there. It's the same thing as Flock. It's the same thing as Axon. It is all the same thing. It is convenient how all of these companies are all doing the exact same thing, and we have absolutely no protections on any sort of level, except for a few states that are doing something only for like police or whatever, but nothing that stops any private companies from doing this. We have no protections on that. And this sort of situation here with this license plate reader stuff, all this stuff is being stored somewhere. So that means if anybody wants to give access to anybody else, they can do it. Why? Because it is they consider it their data, even though the data is harvested and taken from somebody else. So if, say, the cops want to come and look through all this shit, they don't need a warrant to do it. They can just show up and request it, or they can take your taxpayer dollars to buy the data, to then look through it, to spy on you, harass you, try and pin crimes on you that you haven't done, all without having to get a warrant and completely violating your constitutional rights, okay? Lock information your team needs to fulfill their mission, whether you oversee parking management, critical facility security, or safety of citizens. Oh, there's safety again. AutoView can help your team achieve more. It captures more license plates to ensure no vehicle of interest slip by, and when action is needed, it empowers your operators through intuitive software so they can focus on their task, not reviewing reads. Oh my God, it's the same stuff, man. With purpose-built fixed and mobile ALPRs, AutoView ensures coverage anywhere you need to identify vehicles. Here's one of theirs. Look, it's also mounted to a black pole, just like Flock. Imagine that. Imagine that. Day and night, rear shine in a parking lot or on a high-speed interstate, because, again, they'll be put anywhere they can because it makes them money. AutoView delivers highly accurate reads so you can maximize the impact of ALPR in your operations. Get more from your system with AutoView Advanced Vehicle Analytics, estimated travel speed, classify vehicle types, detect color, and more. Travel speed. So, again, these things will start being used for traffic enforcement, because when you have enough of these set up, they know the distance, they know the time traveled of this car between those two distances. Distance over time is speed. Now they went too fast, so we are going to then write and issue tickets based on this information. Combine the power of ALPR with video surveillance, access control, and rich ecosystem of security and operational systems through our unified platform. So here you can see just what's showing, right? Oh, look, here's a guy climbing a fence, taken by a picture of this. They went to this car here, that then's going to go into a building here that's going to be monitored live, that's going to show up on a floor plane here of what door was just accessed, blah, blah, blah. You can see what's going on here. It is a way to track every single person, everything they do from beginning to end, so that they have absolutely no privacy. Field Prover has been used by parking management organizations, law enforcement agencies, and critical infrastructure facilities for over 2 decades. And this is a company you have never heard about. There is no shortage of companies doing this. Here is what they look like when it's not in that little case. This is the mobile unit. Okay, here is a fixed unit. It looks something like this. Take a mental picture of this. Okay, if you see these things, I think we know what needs to be done with all of these at this given time. Find vehicles of interest and speed up investigations, parking management, corporate campuses, blah, 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 blah. So it needs to be said about this too, is that this company, as I said, they do in fact do facial recognition and all this stuff. That's part of this company's profile. And how do we know they do facial recognition? Well, because they are part of Madison Square Garden, you know, the big, where the Knicks play and stuff, and a concert venue in New York City. And they have been running there and running facial recognition on everyone that comes in and out of that place for years without any permission from the people that are going into enter. Not even in any privacy policies or anything on Madison Square Gardens does it say anything about you will be scanned and we will be building up biometric databases on you. People are not notified. People are not given a way to consent or opt in or opt out. No one has ever voted on this, but this is what is happening. And we know this is happening. Why? Well, because the rich people always have a way out of this. Why? Because the facial recognition that was run by Genetech was shut down in Madison Square Garden because Taylor Swift had a wedding. So we know that all of this stuff is fine for all the little peon people, but the rich people can get away with it. They can say, I don't want this running. And guess what happens? For the first time in years, it was turned off. Madison Square Garden's facial recognition system went dark for exactly one event, Taylor Swift's rehearsal dinner. Okay? Was Madison Square Garden surveillance system actually do? Capability mirrors the data aggregation architecture that powered Cambridge Analytica's political micro-targeting operation, which combined disparate data sources, voter rolls, consumer behavior, psychographic profiles to construct individualized persuasion targets. In both cases, the underlying mechanism is the same: continuous data collection at scale, followed by inference and segmentation. The difference is the stated purpose. Cambridge Analytica weaponized behavioral data for political manipulation. Madison Square Garden weaponized behavioral data for security and revenue optimization, but the infrastructure of surveillance is functionally identical. The parallel is not incidental. It reflects how behavioral profiling at scale has migrated from political operations to everyday commercial environments. So not only is the government and its agents using all of this data that is harvested on you to sway your opinions, to control you, to crush you under the boot of their tyranny, but also commercial entities, private businesses, all this stuff are using this technology to sell off your data to make money. Your biometrics, who you are being harvested and sold without your permission. This is the exact reason they want to build data centers. Correlation does not equal causation, but you can look and see the request for data centers and the drive to build those is an exact correlation with the explosion of this AI data aggregation and cyber stalking mass surveillance. They are one for one. They exist 100% because of the other. They are both happening in tandem because they are both for the same purpose, and that is to subjugate you. Period. Hands down. Be it through government subjugation or corporate subjugation. You are being subjugated either way. It is all about control and money. It's all about control and money. Like New York State has no specific law restricting facial recognition. I'm sick of these solicitors showing up at my door. New York State has no specific law restricting facial recognition use by private businesses in non-law enforcement contexts. Federal privacy law is fragmented and sector-specific with no comprehensive baseline protecting biometric data. The result is regulatory vacuum where revenues like Madison Square Garden can deploy surveillance systems with minimal oversight, transparency, or accountability. Okay? The fact that Madison Square Garden shut down the system for Swift's event suggests the technology is not operationally necessary, that the venue can function without real-time biometric monitoring. We all know this, okay? This right here just goes to show the fact that they turned that off for Taylor Swift shows that it is not needed. It does not make anything safer. You would think for Taylor Swift, who is a billionaire, has her own private jet, is super worldwide famous, has a whole devoted cult of followers that sit there and just wait for Taylor Swift to give them permission to do something before they act. You would think that someone like that, having this technology, would benefit them because it is all about safety, yet it was turned off, which shows you exactly that none of it is about safety in any way, form, or fashion. Stop believing any of that stuff they tell you. Stop going with the propaganda. Understand it is all about control. Okay, now, facial recognition operates in airports, shopping malls, casinos, other high-traffic venues across the country. Most people know they're being scanned. The data collected is rarely disclosed to individuals, rarely deleted, and often shared with third parties, including law enforcement, which can request access without a warrant in many jurisdictions. This is exactly what I'm talking about. All of this stuff existing is a violation of the Fourth Amendment because it is used by the people that are supposed to be hamstrung by the Constitution as a way to sidestep all of the protections of the Constitution. It is all a Fourth Amendment violation. It all needs to be 100% abolished, and it is only going to be that way if we start taking action and ridding ourselves of these, ridding ourselves of the people who approve these things. They all need to go. They need to be replaced. Any person on any sort of town council, any sort of local government, any sort of federal government, any sort of police unit, any sort of anything, they need to be removed from their job and replaced with people that understand that we have a constitution and that those rights are not to be trampled upon in any way, form, or fashion, and never under the bullshit guise of safety. As far as this equipment, it needs to be destroyed. Period. It has been proven time and again that it cannot exist because all it does is get abused. Period. Flat out. End of story. It all needs to go away. Stop accepting this and start pushing back against it, people. Spread the word. Here we go. I just wanted to make a video on this. Obviously, I got heated yet again, but this is yet another one of these companies, a company that no one has ever heard about unless you're into the whole cybersecurity industry, that is doing the exact same thing to you that Flock and Axon are doing to you. Okay, guys, that's all I've got for today. Spread the word. Everyone needs to know about all these things out there. Let everyone know. Share my videos. If you don't share my videos, share the information I'm telling you about in these videos with people you know so they can start waking up. Okay? We have a bunch of idiots that need to be woken up. Some are waking up very slowly, but some are still refusing to wake up. We still have all these people that still are believing all the lies and the propaganda and the stuff that they were pushed during the coronavirus, even though Anthony Fauci, Mr. I am the science, who has a presidential pardon, who gave up his Fifth Amendment rights because of the presidential pardon, still pled the Fifth 111 times in front of Congress, refusing to answer any single question. There are still people that believe in that asshole and believe the lies that asshole pushed. Those are the people that are going to be the hardest to wake up because if they believe that, they also believe that this is about safety. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.